every night.
Never said that.
All right, we'll go ahead and get started. Gold Rush meeting, March 2nd. 6:30. We have a quorum, so we can start. We have agenda. Took a few things off from last meeting, but there's a couple things we can talk about, but it should be a fairly relatively short meeting.
Sent it to you on the 14th.
Thank you.
Just
I failed to attach the meetings minutes from the February meeting, so I apologize for that, so. But I believe they were sent out. Dana said not blank copy, or Joanne said it should say.
what's that?
You probably blank copied everybody the minutes from the February meetings.
Nope, I only one copy of this one.
There was just this.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
they
I
were
got
to Sunny, I think Sunny's, I don't know who's doing what, but
I should have.
They were good. I got them.
oh, you did, okay.
Yeah.
I got something.
You did send them out, yeah, you blind copied. Yeah, Joanne sends the minutes out.
I do whatever
Blind
you tell
copy
me to do,
everybody.
Alan, so.
No, they came, I mean, again, because I wanted to catch up on what I missed when I went over to the fire.
Oh, yeah.
So.
It's, yep.
Okay.
Everybody got them? I wrote them, so
I've had,
I wrote them, so
um,
I read them a little while ago.
I make a motion to approve the agenda.
Second.
With comments, all those in favor, signify by saying aye. Opposed? Approved. We have the February 13th minutes. And, they will make a motion to approve those.
I make a motion to approve the February 13th meeting minutes.
Second,
I'll second, Christine.
You already did.
that's okay, go ahead.
Oh, we did? I didn't even hear anything.
Those that did receive them. Are there any changes or anything?
No.
Okay.
I did.
All those signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Approved. Melissa wasn't able to join us, but did she share with you a balance? Joanne? Or if you want to give us one?
It was 9,000 something. You know, the next thing, I wasn't ready for this. What do you call it? Okay,
I'm sure this is.
I'm glad I'm not the only one. Wasn't ready for this meeting.
While you're looking at the spreadsheet and checking account to see, just check see if the Pine Island and Century donation checks were mailed. Were they mailed in?
No, because I was waiting to get the other ones back from Melissa.
Oh, I see.
So I was gonna get them back and then void them and then reissue, and I have not seen Melissa. So the balance in the checkbook as of today is $9,658.25.
Thank you. So we'll come back at the April meeting and give us an update on the checks.
What was that
I'm
number?
gonna talk to Mel then.
9,658.
25. All right. Nothing new as far as next item with the update regarding the contractor discussion. Everything's still, we'll have a meeting here probably next week. Yeah, first week. So we'll get an update then, but I don't anticipate anything changing. Everything is just like it was last year. There's a possibility they're gonna start, I think in April or May, they'll be doing West Center Street. And maybe up to your area as well. Are you getting the updates from Joe Palin, the maps? Okay. So, but you should see that update. There should be another one coming out here in Friday, maybe. No, it's 18th was the last one, so it'll be next Friday. Every 2 weeks it comes out. I'm hoping that they will, that I get done early enough that that street will be paved
Yeah, that'd be great.
instead of waiting till the end. And the contractors admitted they would work to pave streets a little bit sooner, not wait to the very end to do all of them, so. So hopefully they'll come up East Center and West Center, and then they'll start coming up First Avenue Northeast. And hopefully all the way to Fourth Street up here, but they're leaving Fourth Street Northwest and this street and all the way down to West Center Street. So it really shouldn't affect us too much, so, from our vendors.
So
But,
Minnesota Avenue won't be touched.
no,
Okay.
Not for the whole project.
Oh,
they're not touching each other,
great. Yeah, I didn't know that. And
you know, so. Fourth Street is kind of, they may be, but we'll see where it's at. We'll kind of follow the schedule and get closer, but nothing is. Minnesota Avenue, of course, nothing there. So it's really, should work out pretty good.
okay, awesome.
The only area that might be a problem is if we have our one-way traffic,
Mm-hmm.
part of First Avenue Northeast could be gravel. We don't know if that depends on how far it goes, but,
Okay.
and hope it doesn't rain because when they, all the other streets they've done, there's a lot of dirt on either side of the roads that go through, so.
Mhm.
It's the worst thing we could have.
I have to say, they're over near my subdivision right now and they've been great. I mean, even cleaning up the road and, even sweeping before the end of the days and, and getting the rock out if there's any rock or anything. So they've been really good at and very cleanly. I mean,
Yeah.
it's a
Yeah, I've
wonderful.
I've been down Center Point Road, but Minnesota Avenue, what they've done there, they've kept that pretty clean
Yeah,
when they leave.
they have.
Mhm.
So. All right, next item is, the bylaw changes, city relationship update. Have nothing to share with the group. I know that Sunny did reach out to Mike Flaherty, our city attorney, for a response, and I have not heard anything from Sunny that she has responded, so I don't know if we'll have something for Tuesday night's council meeting. We have a special council meeting Tuesday night at 5:30. So that might be on our, and I haven't seen the agenda yet. Those are suggested topics from our council meeting in February, but the actual agenda I haven't seen yet.
If we get the agenda, or if we will get the agenda ahead of time, but if there is the potential and you do feel strongly one way or the other, it would really help to hear your voice at that meeting, like at the public forum. Just a thought.
On the 21st,
No.
because there's no public forum
This coming
at the
Tuesday.
special meeting.
Oh,
On the 7th.
We're having a meeting from 5:30 to 7, then the 7 o'clock fire department meeting.
oh, that's right.
And the 21st is.
I had to look at my calendar again.
Yeah.
Today. Yeah. so
Okay.
And on my, yeah.
So the 21st, but then at that special one, we could possibly vote. So how does that make sense if there's no special, if there's no public hearing?
You gotta have a public hearing, I think, so it'll probably be during our regular meeting that we'll have for city council. Which would be the 21st.
But I think, we want to do the change. I mean, we want to have everything prepared and do the change a little bit closer to the end of our fiscal year. So, and starting out, next year.
Yeah, the timing, any changes, we haven't heard
Yeah.
any discussion about
'Cause I think
that.
that'll be cleanest on the taxes and all that, everything.
In my opinion, the best case scenario would be is that we don't have to do any other new incorporation, just bylaw changes.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
But
Yeah,
I don't know what. Mike's
Bylaw
gonna say.
changes about the
Members. and-
members
the
not needing to
member
be council.
yeah,
Mhm.
and other things, yeah.
To be determined.
And in the past, I don't believe whenever there's been a change in the bylaws. I don't recall anybody ever commenting that those had to be sent up to the state to be filed with the state.
No.
The incorporation we're
Just
talking about.
Yeah.
Internal.
I know, but The initial ones, I think the bylaws were sent up, but since then, any changes to bylaws were
Yeah.
never sent.
Right.
Correct.
It's just that overall
When you.
nonprofit status. All right, next item is our social media promotion. And, between that and the hard print advertising, we're talking about a budget. And in the minutes, did we set a total figure there yet for budget? Or is that-
I think someone threw out $4,000 last time, but I don't think we voted on or anything like that.
Discussion.
Just a discussion. Mhm.
You have it written, don't you, Jim? You have a written copy?
See, but-
Did we actually?
Wasn't voted on. I remember you were talking about what they used to spend and then what you spent last year was three, yeah.
It said to determine this year's budget. Okay, bring back for discussion in March.
And I was like, I don't know if you wanna go first for social media type stuff. That's like your baby.
It's a baby I'm willing to give up if anybody else wants it.
You spend a lot of time
It's too much of, well,
doing that.
I will just say that eventually, like just that kind of work. It should really be done by our paid staff or by somebody that's paid. You know what I mean? Anything like that. Website, social media really should be. And I think it's something we need to discuss moving forward. Right now I just sit down for hours on a Saturday and plan out the month. And then update the website.
Person.
We always did. I think.
Yes, we did
for
start
web-
out.
For
yeah.
website, and then social media, they did the social media too, I think it was the same person. And then I took it over,
Cassidy was her name.
she helped us out for just a couple months for our website, but it was Janya and Patsy
Okay,
that
that
were
was
doing the
before
website
that,
and the
yeah.
social media. And then there was a history of, the whole history of social media stuff, I think there was some.
I don't think they ever got paid.
Sure, and that might not have, but the website people always have. Until I learned it once Janya left. And not that I wanna get paid, I'd rather pay the staff more and to do it, do you know what I mean? I just think it should be a responsibility eventually for the staff.
Well, when I took this job, Carol used to get like 11,000 per year. And she did like all the advertising, like everything.
Yes.
Although she didn't do that piece.
No, she never did website or social media.
And so since I'm not doing the advertising, I mean, so there's money there, if the board wants to.
Technically, but there really isn't, because we don't. That's one way we've saved, I feel like that's one way we've saved money. Instead of raising our vendors' costs, we've cut back on our own stuff and put it on volunteers,
Right.
which. As I've moved into this new place in my life, that's just not gonna be sustainable for me too much longer. I would probably be able to do it for this year and then, but we really need to think about it moving forward.
We did increase our operating budget this year to 10,000, so we are making.
It's just something to think about. I just wanna, as far as succession planning and planning for future and how our structure. It's something that I think really should, cause it is a lot of work and it's something that. Somebody should get paid to do. I'm not asking for that, but I'm just saying.
It is a lot of time, and even thinking about doing like the print advertising, like the amount of junk mail that comes through and just like following up with people, getting the right sizes, getting the ads redone. Every paper has different size requirements, and so that is. The nice thing about doing it last year when we started a little bit later was that I was done with all the stuff that I do. I mean, right now I'm representing 1,000 seats, everyone's busy, right? I
Yeah.
hate that word saying busy. We all have things that we're doing, but I have a lot of other stuff on my plate too. So this
Right.
takes a back seat. And I don't want it to
Yeah.
take a backseat, but it's like the only thing that something has to give. So I was supposed to come today with like a list of all the different vendors, and I have 10 pages of vendors that I would love to, or 10 pages of print advertising that I would just love to have given all the time to it, but with this quick turnaround with last meeting to this meeting, I haven't gotten a lot of time to spend on it.
Short.
Very short, and that's fine, that's good, I love this time a little bit more, but we will be placing earlier, getting into some places we didn't really get into, last year, and so getting on top of that, and we'll be starting to be probably in April. If I could get things, March deadlines are to get into like April are like in the next week or so. So typically what happens is I'm able to place and then they bill like later. So we know we're gonna have to spend some money, but I wanna be in those places where they have the listing for the whole year. I wanna make sure we're in those. So, and those are gonna be starting to come out, so, yeah. So putting a list of priorities out, and then I think last month, what I heard maybe from y'all is that maybe it's not spending a lot of money on like radio. I mean, that was a big chunk of our budget, like a third of it last year, and I don't know if I don't listen to the radio, so I hope that they played. I mean, they had like 3 solid days, but yeah.
I don't know what everybody, if anybody has real strong opinions about radio, but I think it would be okay to use it in a,
And we backed way off from what was done previously to this year. And so that's who we're getting, like, you know, iHeart Radio, the whole media, Sandy Erke. I know she's already asking for what's going on, and I'm like, I don't know what type of presence we're gonna be able to have, because their prices haven't gone down, so. Maybe there's other ways we can. Of course, we want print ad in the journals and things like that, but.
I know in the past, Carol would go like to the TV station. And they have like some little stint in there where she would sit down with them and give a spiel on the gold rush coming up, you know, and yeah.
Do you wanna do that? No.
that was, yeah, do they still do that? I never watched
They do.
TV, so.
On KTTC.
I don't either, but.
Camp Companion is, I see them on there periodically.
Trying to get a hold of here.
What's that? Jim, he said, Jim Richards, he's trying to get in. And he says that there's another host in. So he's gonna try again, so I don't know.
But like, we just got reached out by the Collectors Journal, and that is the one that, like, I need to have that, add to them, you know, by like next week, so that we can get in there, so, we kind of switched up the ad just a little bit, we cleaned it up, it had a different feel, we utilized some more up-to-date pictures rather than that, that square ad that had the rope around it that we've been used for years and years, so, I think that our look is just a little bit more updated, based on the publications that we're in, and color. If we want to use it, I'd rather use color on like a picture rather than color on rope around it. So I could have someone, I know that she said she could resize it for us for $100, and I could ask her if she could resize it in a few different sizes for us, so that I could just have that package so that I can send those out too, so. I think it would be a good use of our time.
So how much did we spend for radio last year?
700.
So we had a $3,000 budget so now we're up to 4,000. So I'm
I
not saying we
think-
need to do radio, but I guess we need some discussion if we wanna.
The reach was good, and I do think, like, keeping our audience in mind, we had a wonderful Facebook presence and a lot of interaction on Facebook as well.
Yeah, you want me to do, phone?
But I think it worked out.
I don't see anything
Wow.
on this.
I just don't know
on
if
the
there's-
screen here.
He's not in the waiting room.
He's in the waiting room?
No,
No.
he's not.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna put you on speaker, okay? No, there's nothing in there.
I have a comment.
Right.
though. I get a lot of phone calls and emails from
Okay,
people that want.
let me go ahead and I'll put you on
We say that
speaker,
they're not
okay?
finding our website, not finding the information on our website.
Okay,
For what?
I got him on speaker,
Be a
so
vendor.
Okay,
information on being a vendor.
thanks, Jim,
Yeah,
for
it's
joining
not on
us.
the website yet because we haven't filled it, or I don't have the contract for this year. Like I haven't been given the final contract upload and stuff like that. So I took it down and I just put coming soon.
Yeah.
Oh.
I mean, it's right there. I mean, let me look. That's how it was. Oh my God, I'm trying to, you guys. Why did nobody stop?
Because I didn't know that you were waiting for that.
The vendor application or?
Yeah.
They haven't gone out yet, so I'm not gonna put it out there until it goes out.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, they don't go out.
I was figuring the same time you mail it, we'll post it on the website.
Okay.
I wasn't
So
waiting.
there's no spot in there to tell them like if they're interested in being a vendor, here's the general information.
Yeah, there's a lot of that.
There is. Okay, so there's, okay, I guess I should
Yeah.
read it. I'll go on the site and look at it.
Yeah.
Cause they're saying.
For information, please go so-and-so, email so-and-so, mail so-and-so, registration will be sent, blah, blah, blah. I mean, some of this does say 2022. You know what I mean? So I do need to go in. Again, I'll put it on my list for this weekend. I can't guarantee I'm gonna get to it because
Mhm.
that's just life right now. But yeah, everything's from 2022 because we just haven't, we're not there yet. We're not in that part of the season yet. I don't usually update it until March when we send out the contracts.
So.
Another thing I'd love to give to anybody interested. would
I
be
was
the
just gonna say,
website.
so if you're too busy for that, who else has access to that to update it?
I do. I have access.
I mean, the issue is, yeah, Christine does, but, and that's again, a thing like. This isn't something that a volunteer should have or a council member, cause like at any time I could, well, I guess 2 years, but like. It should be, you know what I mean? Something like that, that's a big of a deal, should be paid. And I gladly took it on a while ago. Nope, shouldn't say gladly. I hate the website. Hate website work. I reluctantly took it on.
You don't care for
Well, it's
the word.
It's all there though, so I'm wondering what I mean, I'm looking at it all right now, and I
Yeah.
mean, there's plenty of ways for them to. The only thing that's not there is the
But it says coming, I think,
application.
when you
Yeah.
visit
But
that,
when
it
I
even says.
The application though, cause I guess, yeah,
It
I don't
even
like them
says-
to get the application because there's so many other papers that go with that.
Mm-hmm.
But even if it doesn't say for 2023, whatever. Yeah, there's
Well,
vendor
the
general,
2022 stuff is all there.
right.
Yeah.
Last year, so I don't know, maybe they're thinking something changed for 20, well, and the dates,
I think a lot of people just don't know how to use.
Yeah, cause it says vendor.
I'm not gonna lie
Yeah.
you, cause it's right here.
Dates are,
it. So when are the contracts
Updated.
going out?
Yeah, the dates are
The dates
updated.
are?
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, I'm looking at it right now, so
Yeah.
it's,
Okay, so the dates are on there, okay, so then it's just, contact me for the more
Yeah, but
information.
go through, Joanne. I mean, like, literally, I want people to go through the website because
And they
I'm
don't.
missing. No, I mean, you guys. I need you to help me keep it up to date.
Okay.
Truly, I do need that help
Okay,
because
no.
I don't look at it as often as I should, especially this time of year. Now, closer to the show, we're constantly making,
Yeah.
updates and changes, but this time of year, it's easy to
Okay,
let it slide.
Okay,
So please, that would be super helpful. If you guys like look at it, send me lists of things that need to be done, I would gladly
okay.
take that on.
So if you just email Dana and blank copy everybody else if you want to.
I mean, honestly, I would love that if that would be actually really
Yeah.
helpful.
And then just let me know if there's a couple things that you need me to help with.
You can do all of it.
Give you a couple.
Take a screenshot.
Forward all your emails.
it's great to get, like, if there was a student that needed to have a project on the side that was going
know,
into like
we're-
graphic
they
design. and
tried.
stuff.
Yeah, I
They
know
tried that
WordPress,
one here.
but it.
Take a screenshot, mark it up, scan it,
Whatever.
whatever's easy.
Or just
Mhm.
list it and I'll figure it out. But yeah,
Yeah,
that would be awesome,
but
guys.
I can happily be your backup.
Mhm.
Good to do, okay.
You're
Yeah,
also
that's what you're doing. I mean, I would just tell them, well, we're.
I mean, you're
I'll
right,
work
we
it.
were
You can
paying
just throw
somebody
it
before.
throw it on me. Just say, I'll let our website coordinator know. She's terrible at her job.
I'll say we're working on it, so yeah.
Just say, thanks for
That's
letting
gonna
us
be
know. We'll get that updated.
It's gonna be another $50 fine for not having that ready.
All right, so let's get back to our advertising budget.
Yeah.
We can get it.
Yeah, we need.
Should we
to-
vote on, can we
Let's-
make a vote on fourth?
On the hard print, is that what you're gonna do next?
Yeah.
Yeah,
We did 3 last year and we were right up there. I mean, do you wanna do like the same thing and see what I can get done with that? Do you wanna do 4,000?
I think we need to kick it up a little bit.
Do we have that? I mean, is there more than,
Or do you wanna do 3, stay at 3, and then as you start to advertise the next month, we can, if you need more, we could do another approval.
Or meet in the middle, 35.
Yeah,
What
you know what I
about,
mean?
We could do
Oh,
it
yeah.
max, and then if we
That
don't
way you
use
can,
it all, we won't.
right now, you don't need an approval for 3.
What'd you say, Jim?
Yeah, I'd be saying the same thing you are.
You do 4,000 max, and if we don't use it all, we
Where's that
won't.
voice
use
come
it.
from?
okay,
Yeah, because you don't need an approval for the 3 because it's already on the budget line.
so I make a motion, we spend up to $4,000 for hard print, advertising and radio.
I second that.
I don't think I mean, we do have TV. Well, I don't think we need to do a KTTC package like we've done in the past.
we don't.
I don't think we do that.
Well, we did there for a couple of years.
Look at it in K-Hart.
So many
it's
shots.
Probably the best. Cause there's a lot of people that listen to it and they catch it and go, "Oh, this is what I wanna do next weekend, is run up there and do that."
We did a pretty like solid blitz, like
Yeah.
the whole week that we were like the week leading up and then during the event, so.
I wish we could capture,
On the community calendar too, isn't it, on the information?
yeah, I always,
page On the TV.
We're on as many calendars as we can get on.
On TV
you know,
too.
Anything local that we can be
Oh,
on.
yeah, just Beth can put it on. Channel
Did
2.
explore Minnesota, those get in early.
Yeah, well, Explore Minnesota, I
Minnesota
think was
magazine.
already due in
for that.
like August, I thought. We can get in there summer.
July, August, September, whatever.
Mhm.
Yeah. But I do think there was an ad that magazine too. where Besides just little type paragraph, with something to do. Like I remember seeing an ad too. Like a forward section or something like that.
In what?
Explore Minnesota.
We were in that last year, I think. We're in their summer like entertainment guide.
Yes.
yeah, for a couple.
Was it
years.
just a verbiage or a text or was it actually an ad?
I think it was a small, like quarter, no, it wasn't a quarter page, it was like an 1/8 page.
Yeah, something.
We haven't been in the Minnesota Explorer since, here it says since January of 2015.
Oh.
We were in the entertainment guide.
Oh, that's what it is.
Yeah.
That's the woman that comes to the chamber meetings
Mhm.
in Pine Island. She used to anyway. Explore the entertainment guide.
Mhm.
I haven't seen her there.
What's her name?
Maybe
No, I don't know.
she hasn't stood up and introduced herself as that.
Okay, maybe she doesn't go anymore. But that's how I met her that way.
But if you guys have other places that you'd like for me to check out, I would, I'm happy to do that.
Community calendars, like the Rochester area, the Rochester calendars, those are really helpful.
Those are probably free, right? Or
Oh, 100%.
very like, okay.
Yep, they're always free. And there's,
They have little books too that they give out
Rochester Woman's.
in restaurants. and
that's,
that was-
no, that's all paid though. Like to get into any of those, it's paid.
What is it?
And that
And
is
we were
paid.
in that last summer though, Rochester Magazine, we took out that special ad
Mhm,
and we worked fast and they are the ones that kind of came up with our new
mhm.
branding, so to say. I
It was
mean,
Lisa, my friend Lisa.
Mhm.
Mhm.
And so we utilized that in like everything because we had it and so then we just had that resized. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Really appreciate starting this early too. That's. In the past, we've always waited till May and June, so whatever we can do now.
Yeah, I agree. But that was part of our
Great.
plan last year. I remember us talking about it, like, let's,
To go sooner, yeah.
yeah.
And you've got all the notes from Joanne and Carol too about advertising done in the past, so. Okay.
I've been utilizing theirs and then just adding to it.
On my agenda had, no, okay, never mind. Answer my own question. All those in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye,
I,
opposed? That's approved, thank you.
Does it work then for me just to always like have everything sent to you? Do you want me to do that differently as far as billing is concerned? I'm also wanting to request that we see the ad.
Oh,
You know, I mean, I want to see it.
right.
So can I just have
That's
them
fine.
send it
Otherwise,
to?
if I get it in the mail, then I always contact you like, hey, should I pay this?
Right, okay.
And
Just
it
a
works.
quick thought, did we use the Facebook advertising? Did we use that out of this budget last year? Okay.
It was like $250.
So we'll just work together on what you kind of have room for, because we don't do that until later in the
Right.
summer. Or we don't do that till summer. Like,
I feel
kinda
like we had $500 the year before, and then this year, I think we did like half of that, but we had so much. The great traction
Yeah.
there, it was just kind of organic.
I think I just kind of gotten better at it. Do you know what I mean? At like the posting in general and gotten, if the more
Super
you do, the
consistent.
more, yeah.
Mhm.
And so that's
Yeah.
why it's a lot more work. Cause I do, like right now I do like two or three posts a week, and then the closer it gets, it's like every day, all summer long. That's what it's,
Do a great job.
Mhm.
thank you.
But there's a lot of people. Yeah.
Exactly, and I think it just, the more you just have to keep doing it, otherwise you kind of fall off,
And
and
then
then
we-
the
And then
algorithm.
a bunch of us share it on our personal
Yes,
pages.
that's
and, we just keep doing that too.
Yeah, that's super helpful, anytime you can share that like,
Mhm.
so like, then it's kind of, like you said, then it's organic and not as, you don't have to use as much money.
Mhm.
Imagine
So
what
then
could be if
everybody-
someone actually knew what they were doing. If we could be so good.
So I got a question. We talked about social media, so this thing called Instagram. Is that something we need?
You're
to-
joking,
Or
right?
Twitter.
We're on there.
I'm not on Instagram, but are we on there?
Yes, it's the same company, and so it's all together.
Stop laughing so much. Chris.
We don't have much of a following on Instagram though, like it's. Our audience is more so on Facebook, and you can't really share
Yeah.
events like we're able to do on Facebook. It's just the platform works a little bit better
Separate.
for what we're trying to do, but it will post on both places,
Yeah,
so.
I set it up to post on both places. The thing that would really be helpful is if we had people during the show and setup doing reels, which
Yeah.
is like the live quick thing, which is, that would be really, really helpful. None of us have time. So
No,
it would be
we're
almost
getting
cool if we could get like some teenagers to.
And they know it.
Exactly,
yeah.
Then they love doing it.
Yeah, yeah, because that's kind of that quick,
Well, now we'll get a bunch of B-reels pictures.
well, I don't have a clue about that because I am just not able to add another thing to my plate, but yeah. That, we did try Pinterest for a while. I set up a Pinterest page and I just did not keep up with it. And then I think at one point they had Twitter, but Twitter's,
You could get a Twitter.
no, nope. Twitter is like
No.
constant, hourly.
Yeah, no.
Well,
It's-
Yeah, it's.
And one that I'm not on, and I don't really wanna go on, but it's TikTok, okay, as there's.
I'm not on it
I'm
either.
not on it.
We don't
okay?
have one and I just don't know.
I think our audience is just it's not.
The right
It's
age,
not
I
gonna
don't
sync.
know.
I think we're on the
The
right.
ones that we hope will do the reels will be on that. But.
Yeah,
Yeah, we just,
Yeah.
another thought.
But if they do reels, do they post the reels on Facebook from their own page? Or would it be from the Gold Rush page?
from Instagram, you mean?
Yeah.
So,
I could do it on
Reels could be
Gold Rush,
Instagram
so-
or TikTok. Yeah.
Facebook too has.
Yeah, but
Well,
they
yeah,
do
so-
link them onto there, yeah.
right, so like. That's what I mean,
Tag
you'd have to give someone access, login as Gold Rush, like sometimes people do that, like give them the Gold Rush phone for the night, day and go around, like that's a thing that people do, but. That wouldn't,
My granddaughter would do it. I mean, if you wanted to give it to her for a day, and she's been out here on garbage duty. So, I
Yeah,
mean,
My girls would probably do it
She's
too.
16.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Otherwise you're gonna have a bunch of chicken running around.
I probably wouldn't allow them to post anything unless we like approved it and we're like, okay, this is great, go ahead and make what you want, have fun, go talk to some vendors if you want, and they wouldn't, and then they'd have to run through us for it to be approved and posted.
Ooh, that's a good.
But if they took one of our phones and just got some raw,
Just take the goldfish.
Well, because you can just do the video and then upload it to Reel, like you don't have to do the live.
It doesn't have
right?
to be live.
It doesn't have to be live.
That's nice,
That's a-
cause then we can,
yeah.
cause you never know.
Yeah, that's a good idea. And you guys are, your family's always doing cute stuff like that.
Yeah,
I'm on a social media hiatus right now. I gotta be like 40 more days and then I can get back on, but I have to ground myself.
Did you
Put
grounded
myself
yourself?
on a timeout.
Mhm.
I would love to put myself on a timeout, but I can't because I have to do it. Well, I love that idea.
We could definitely, I mean, could you imagine like the dance team and those guys? They like do it all the time, but we would, you know,
We wouldn't even have to pay.
We would have like a whole routine on that.
not sure what we'd get,
Sure.
but yeah, a food voucher. VFW can hook them up with some coffee.
Okay. Excellent. All right, map review.
Yeah, depending, so, you know, this is last year's map,
Mhm.
and the food vendor map. Which actually, you know, I provided this to also the fire department, they really liked it as
Yeah.
well. So I'm willing, you know, I'd like to do it again. I know the food vendor map is like down to the wire. Because, you know, you have things that add and move around. And, but I think it's really valuable and I like, you know, I like having it and I hope that the people used it last year and it worked nicely, you know, that's, you know, then it's worth it to do all of that. So same thing, you know, if we have, depending on what lots we're using, where we're placing things, I'm more than happy. Now that I have this drawn out, I can move the icons or I can change them if you don't like them, you know, whatever. It's easier for me. And then I do plan on also doing, as it gets a little bit closer. Well, it depends. I'm gonna try to do like the individual maps like I did last year too. And I may actually start redrawing those because when they download really kind of wonky and I have to kind of redraw them. So I might just redraw a whole set and then I'll just color each box when, you know, you give me whatever it says for the vendor in there. So then we'll have like a really nice drawn, you know, we'll have a nice base.
Yeah.
And then, so,
Books we have.
Hmm?
Books that we've got,
yeah,
which
then-
were great. Those things were really helpful.
yeah,
And
those, yeah, you put a lot in there.
The other thing that we got feedback from was to have like the lot map at the lot.
Right.
Bigger
Like-
though, like that size, like,
Something
large.
available.
Because we have these A, B, C, D on the post. We
Yeah,
have a map right below that.
yeah.
Mhm.
And then we could do it like you do, you know, laminate and put it on there. And
Yeah.
even if it wouldn't have to be big if you're coming up to it almost like you do at the mall, like where's the store I'm going to? You know what I
Like
mean?
you are here
And then have the list of people
yeah,
and it wouldn't necessarily, I wouldn't put the names by, well, I mean,
No.
I guess that's you, but it would be like the list and then the number and where that lot is. You know, like we have.
well, it would be the map that shows where the lot is. And then
Yes.
it'll have that, and then it'll probably be the same as the online where it's just the company
Yes.
name and
Yeah,
the lot number.
right.
And so
wonder if that's
then that
something-
way, and that'll be easy because when I
Trace.
and I won't be getting as many copies of it from you. I'm not gonna,
Bigger.
because now that I know how to,
Blow it up.
because I was really formatting and doing different
Yep,
things and
like
testing
poster
things
board
out.
size.
So that's why every time I got one, I was like, okay, how do I insert an
2 foot
update?
by 3
Where
foot,
am I gonna
that'd be
do,
great,
you know,
yeah.
so
Yep.
like what's gonna happen as it gets bigger? So
Oh.
that was like my test year. So I'll probably get the list.
Yeah.
I'll get the list probably, you know, a couple weeks early, but I won't be asking for it. Well, I'll put till the
You'll
end.
know
I'll
what the
tell you
list is
right
gonna be
off,
like.
but-
and be able
But
to
then,
decorate.
Right, they have made some changes, on the map for the food vendor. So I'll let you know what those are.
oh, yeah. And then this is the same thing. I have it, it's, you know, it's just. You know, the template's there, the boxes I can move around, I can make, you know, do whatever I want to them and, you know, so. But we at least have it. It's in Word, so it's not anything majorly fancy. And these are all text boxes and they can all be moved, so. I'm happy to do that and
We can put them on each individual lot, you know, on a, tape them to the sandwich boards.
Yeah.
I think they need to be bigger though, like I'll push for them to, I'll even give a little on my budget here to get those printed larger, or maybe
Like
Shad
a
Tracy would be willing to.
Would you be like 11 by 17? Are you thinking?
You can export that PDF, right, so we could blow it up
Yeah.
to whatever size,
Yeah.
I mean, it might get a
I have
little,
PDF of it
um,
and, cause I made it in an 8.5 by 11. If I have to make major changes, I could redraw it into 11 by 17.
it should, I mean, it
just-
should be able to.
It should be, like a
maybe-
printer can probably go ahead and enlarge
Right.
it better than I can, you know, like. If I print it on 11 by 17, it's just gonna be a big white space at the bottom, you know, type of
Yeah,
thing,
no,
so.
I'm thinking like so that they're noticeable, that people can see them, that they don't have to be right up next to it, that they can kind of see where it's at, because they're lovely. You,
Oh, yeah, I might be able to,
We're gonna show the map. I think that's a good idea,
I
but
might be able to do it too.
you see the square where they're at, but they really need to know the list of vendors within that lot.
Yeah, we have that too.
And well, we had it so that,
We put that on the.
So, well, we had it where you could barcode it and then you could go to each
Okay, you can't
lot.
get it. Okay,
But if people can't do that, it is nice to have the paper,
Lists, yeah.
you know?
oh, yeah.
And
you're
we
right.
did have the barcode that would take you to this map. And then with it was, this was on the top. And then the link to so the link to this map and then the link to the vendor list. And then it was every single lot that I redrew
Mhm.
with all of the ones colored in that were where the lot was taken. So you had the list. So they could do it on their phone or whatever they had,
Right.
but if we want to do something, you know, it'll just be extrapolating what I have out onto paper.
Yep,
you
and
know?
I love that idea of
let's
having
come up
it
with some ideas.
in one place.
Yeah,
Yeah, in one place in each. I don't think we have our lot signs posted in each lot though anymore, do we? Are they the big
Individual
yellow?
lots.
yeah, they're still out there.
Not on, I think there's a few missing somewhere though.
Oh,
Oh, there's a couple that have fallen off. Well, no,
Yeah.
we've got D, E, G and K. We'll just make sure they're up.
Yeah, cause
yeah.
I think that's where we put them. You
Yeah,
know what I mean?
just-
Like find the yellow sign and
Yeah,
then
yes.
blow it on a sandwich board.
Yeah.
Or whatever we have available. That's my thought.
Yeah,
We have a
yeah.
lot of sandwich
We could
boards
do both.
available. Mhm.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what I think would be the best plan for, and then again, you know, we're listening to our vendors, we're listening to our shoppers, be like, okay, this is what we're trying this year. We'd love to hear if it worked. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like getting that feedback.
Yeah, just getting those names up there helps.
Yeah. Last year at the information booth, we had a lot of people come up and they did that scanning of
Oh,
the
good.
QR code.
Yeah.
Yep. Oh, good, I'm
Yeah.
glad,
I did
because
see people do that.
Yeah.
I'm like, even if it's only one person that goes there, it's worth it, because then someone at least gets
I would
online, you know?
appreciate it. And we
But-
we stamped that, I stuck that thing up in on different ends of on the boards all over.
Yeah, and
town.
I got.
They got rained, they got rained on some of them, but.
I have to change the middle part, because just in our 50th. Oh, yeah. You have to come up with like something cute for me to put in there.
That's a great, I love this, okay.
No, so I'm more than happy to, you know, put it in have it in two different medias, you know, printed and online.
Mhm.
So I think that'll be.
So the map would show the individual lot too, and
Remember
just
it-
to the name and identify.
Yeah,
So that gets us to something we talked about, a takeaway from the vendors is the additional post within the lots.
Yeah, they did, they wanted it on each,
Each row or
yeah.
each aisle or whatever, but
A post,
like
like
a
a
list, like
saying
a
like.
grocery
this is-
Where it is or where you're at, otherwise you get lost as you.
Just not the vendor names, they just wanted the what,
But.
oh,
yeah.
like D1.
Oh, that's a good idea. I mean, I could use
Okay.
that because I still don't know where we are. You're like, I'm out there and you're like, I'm lot D.
Well,
I don't know where we are right now. So that would be helpful.
It
I
would-
always have to go to the map.
The master map.
Oh,
Yeah, even after we
Yeah.
painted it, you know, after we look at everything and
Oh,
we've
yeah.
got it all painted, I still have to remember which row is which.
Joanne, you used to have, there used to be things like that, right? Like little stakes on each, or it was, oh no, it was called something, like Antique Alley or. Isn't that something?
Oh, that's cute.
That was.
That would
Oh, I see
really
some
nice.
sign making,
That's
some
so cute.
cute sign making
That was a long
happening.
time ago, but
It's a lot of work trying to do that.
Someone
one.
said that there was like a different area, like Antique Alley, and so like some of our vendors still
Oh, a
say that.
name.
they'll
Antique
still-
alley,
they'll
right?
Call it that, you know what I mean, like, we're supposed to be an antique or whatever, and I'm like. Well, but they still
Oh,
remember
boy.
that, some of our vendors do.
See, and I don't know if that's like the tree lot, the ball field, you know,
Uh-huh.
yeah, they had names like that.
Yeah, maybe that's what it is, but they're
No,
thinking.
yeah.
Anyway, I don't know if we could do that, but I mean, if we start with this.
Right.
Just put a committee member's name on each board.
Right.
Jim's over there and Jim's over there.
Exactly. Well, it's
Jim
something that we
Watkins,
could
Jim Iron.
it's something to think about.
Jim tall, Jim short.
It wouldn't be hard to do, just use the same markers we do for no parking signs, right? Would that work?
Well, yeah, but the no parking signs are,
Narrow.
yeah, that's awful tough to kind of do it off of that. I mean, at least you'd have the stakes. If you wanted
To
to
the ground.
staple something onto it, you
Well,
could
that's
do
true.
it that way.
Yeah.
You know, and then use that for the stake going
We have to
in.
be careful that nobody.
The
has to run
sign.
into it.
I was like, yeah, where
Oh,
would
it
it go at
almost
the
wouldn't
end?
even be able to be put up until everybody was moved in.
Exactly.
You're
Right, you can't put it in
Oh,
the aisles. It'd have to be at the
Friday
end.
night or Friday morning.
Oh, I see a craft project with Maxwell
I
tin
think-
cans, some cement. And a 2x2, and then we
And a
make our
pot,
own.
flower pot.
No, wait.
Yeah, that's good, that's it.
Putting it into the ground. and
I'm just
seeing
thinking
like
something
like
heavy,
that.
and then you put it in, and then you always have them every
Cause you
year.
gotta get rid of all those things, you gotta put them in, which is a pain. If you use a hammer and put it
There's
into
a
the
lot.
stake, you could do it that way easily.
Yeah, you can store.
Well,
it
let's
all.
think about that. But I do think.
What do we wanna sign ourselves up for?
That's the old
I know,
school way.
that's the other thing, like, we just, how did we just got done
My
saying. how
first
much
mailbox
we
is
wanna
out.
do less Time and
Less, we have no time.
This. We get ourselves in trouble.
After all my trainings this summer, I'll have a lot more time. Right now, no time.
Time for you.
No time for you until August. Just kidding, I'll do those. I'll get it together.
Being tough, and I'm just kidding.
It's fine.
All right,
That's a mess,
good
okay.
discussion.
So yeah, I'll, whatever, and is it gonna be the same?
Yeah, I like that. Simple, easy.
Yeah.
You know,
good.
like.
And I think
Uh,
anything
That's a
the same is
bonus.
good, right? Like,
Yeah.
It's a
Except for I can see some porta
consistency.
potties.
To make it.
So just let me know.
We're
and
adding porta potties because I
I'll
had a
s-
bad idea last year.
I'll send you this
Man,
in a
they stink.
PDF if that's okay.
Yeah.
And then once we figure it out and then just mark it up. So, but I'll get you the
And they didn't show us.
finals that I,
We're gonna do a different porta potty situation. We're gonna have our ice kids filling up, or ice vendors, ice deliverers filling up toilet paper too. Remember, we came up with that last year, cause like we're driving,
That was, yeah.
they have to.
Well, they
That's the
missed it.
majority of our time was filling. up
Toilet paper.
God, I've never,
Just have TP runners. My girls can do it the whole time.
well, we're the ice people. They're just driving around
That's true.
and then they have to.
But then they're selling ice to people and they're like in the toilet, like that's.
yeah, right. I want the ice
Gross.
people.
Garbage people
Volunteers.
should do the.
They're
They're
already
already
in the
Those are-
garbage.
Enough. Maybe we
Well,
should,
maybe some of them should just do toilet paper then.
All it takes is one or two.
One time
It
every
works better to
hour.
have them working as a team.
Yeah.
It needs a dedicated
Yeah.
somebody.
Do we have a budget for TP? Did we end up needing to like go
No, we
get
might-
some?
All kinds of toilet paper for here. Just a matter of adding more to it.
Oh,
We supply toilet paper for the bathroom here. We go out buy supplies, so.
That'll be okay.
I think so. Now, the porta potty people had, I don't remember,
You got a few
would
comfortable
ask
people
before
here
we do that.
listening, so.
before we do anything, we should ask because the on-site porta potties, they do have cases that you can buy. Like
When they show
for
up.
some ridiculous number like that, but it might be cheaper than buy on,
that's true.
in store too.
Yep.
Yeah, but in the past, I've always just asked the on-site person when he's filling up the bathrooms, I've asked them for extra ones.
I've
And they,
tried that
they
too.
give me some and like, okay.
Right, like here's five.
Yeah, once
She worked her way into
We need
the.
to be a little more organized.
I was
Yeah,
one of the
do that,
people
but if you
that
wanna buy a box of them, here it is.
Well, and they
Talking about
also
ice
didn't
cream
show up
in a
for a
day.
couple.
We
times.
gotta
Mixed
have
rolls.
our own supply,
Be
but,
like-
But that's fine, I think.
All right, then.
Okay, moving on.
Have some
You're an
of the trade or
advertiser.
That's
something.
okay though.
I
Make
guess,
sure that gets on the, and I'll start working on the task list
Oh, yeah.
Put some details into that or more. Like we did last year, so.
You did so much last year, there shouldn't be like a whole lot for you to add, right? I mean, you worked very hard on that.
Joanne suggested a column of dates rather than dates being in the text, just so it's easier to see.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
So there's a lot of detail in there that we can.
Oh, yeah, detail was
Yeah,
great
yeah,
last year, that was fantastic.
Really nice duties from that Public Works did is now gonna be put on the committee? Or no?
Or volunteers.
Most of the stuff was all committee that we did last year.
There's a
Sorry.
lot that wasn't.
Corey was
Well,
on,
no, but I mean, saying the rest of the stuff I thought was more of what we did here for committee.
It's a blurry line, I think.
I think the last item is, we talked about save the date bookmarks. Did we get any direction on that from last year or last month?
Jim, would you mind looking at the minutes again? Because
Map review, okay, update maps.
Be your official reader.
Board will discuss this in the March meeting.
what, did I write down anything about,
You said that they were really
No.
affordable and that you got a bunch, you know, it was like 300 or
Well, I guess-
3,000 or.
I guess what we should decide is, did that print advertising also include brochures last year and stuff?
No.
No, that was a totally different thing.
Mm.
So so the idea with the bookmarks is we can get more for less. And they're easy and to send, they would be easier to send to a few vendors too, like some of our vendors that we know do a lot of shows. That they could take them with them.
Why?
So we're sending them to vendors. I was just wondering where we,
It would be anywhere, bring them to stores, like we did, like we've always done in the past with the,
Tear sheets, ads.
well, we haven't used those for years. Since I started, we've been doing the cute postcards.
Oh, yes, yes.
No offense.
4x6.
Because the postcards are just cuter than that. But we can do that again too, instead of the bookmarks. Our idea, now that I'm remembering. We had discussed having bookmarks early, like January, February, March.
Mhm.
They get them out.
That's what so now that we're past that, should we just go ahead and get the postcards? What do you guys think?
Well, I guess my thought was, you know, since we haven't done the contracts yet, you know, maybe we can throw a couple in with the contract packet.
Mhm.
Is that gonna get too heavy for?
I
what
have no
there is
idea.
for-
We could try, you know,
Cause I mean, all of a
Change the
sudden, if you're
dates.
looking at postage, that could end up being quite a bit as
Right.
you know, go
But-
through it that way.
you're right, though. We might wanna do that, like just
Just
throw
the-
in,
the book-
throw in a few bookmarks in
Right.
each. Should I order, well, I didn't write down anything about price.
Nope,
Bad at my job.
nope, nope, nope.
I
Let
think
me
we-
know.
it's hard because you reported,
$200
you know, you talked about it.
Yeah, it
It's
was
hard
like
to always
under
take-
$200. It was.
It was under 200 bucks.
Yeah, it was like
Pretty
huge.
cheap, I thought, for the number.
Your salary increase.
Um, And was it one color, black print?
Nope, black and gold and,
Like,
for my book, the bookmarks?
Yeah, I'm trying to remember what it,
Just black and gold and white, like they're a white bookmark with black and gold. on. I gave us examples.
I've seen one, didn't you give us?
You know what
something like that?
happened? I think literally both times I showed up with them, we never met, we didn't meet for them. I think
Maybe
gold.
that's what it is, I'm just trying to think of
I mean, I remember seeing it. I'm
Oh,
just
you did? Okay.
wondering if it's like. If printing was expensive, if we printed it on colored paper, one,
I'm doing
with
it through
black.
Vistaprint
okay.
and I'm, well, that's our postcard.
There's your talking about.
No, we were there.
Oh, my
Bookmark.
bookmarks. Here, let me see if I can, I
Oh,
always
yeah.
pull it up on the,
Well, these are from 21.
are they really?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Did we update postcards for last year? Did
Yeah.
we do it?
Would we have the dog on there?
I didn't remember any of them.
I feel like we had the ducky picture or the piggy picture.
Oh, we had the. Was it the 50th?
Yeah, it was a big one too.
Okay.
And then-
I'm gonna try to log in and see if it'll let me show you guys. the
Also,
bookmark.
sometime I will send you the link that I have from the 21 show for all the photos. If you wanna, if there's anything you wanna look at, resend it to you so you can.
Joanne, when you send the contract out, it doesn't go in an envelope, right? It's just like a piece of paper folded and stapled.
Oh.
And it's not gonna work
Not
for them.
simple.
Yeah, so
Oh,
unless we put them in like a small, we could fold it, put it in like a smaller envelope. I mean, how many contracts do you send out?
200.
Okay.
Or we could tape it or staple it in there, no?
That's not gonna work.
I don't think
Yeah,
you
it's-
can.
It's gotta be easy for the people to do it if you staple it.
I'm just wondering, like, as the presentation, right? Like, if I'm a vendor, I'm paying this much money, I get this thing in the mail, and then I open it and like, this, like, stuff comes out, you know, and then it's all over. I'm thinking, what is this? What am I supposed to do? And then if it falls on, I'm just going through the process of what it would feel like if it
Right.
falls out, gets wet, whatever. If it doesn't go through the machine, probably wouldn't go through. So I don't know if without an envelope, if that would work to send out.
Unless we had like a Post-it note, you know, and taped it. Tape them, whatever.
I mean, we want it to look like
Perfect.
nice. Like if you did get this and it was in like a manila, you know, folder, like. And then we even had like a stamp or something on it, like postcards inside, or, you know, share with your friends, or, you know, whatever. What if they brought vendors and they started, bring a friend, get a discount? I mean, like going way crazy on that, but if they invite some people, like, we want to grow the show, we want, you know, that could be next year.
Is there a weight limit on the?
No, there will be.
Yeah, but it's heavier than you think it is, and we found that out when we did the survey, age-friendly survey with, included in this letter, like we included in the newsletter we send out. That,
Well, don't you get a cheaper rate too if you're a
I
nonprofit?
still don't get the newsletter.
Because I mean, I see mail that comes and is like half price
Yeah,
if it says nonprofit.
Our newsletter's like 1,500 pieces of paper, here we're talking 200.
Well, I think there might be a good. I get my advertising, for that bulk rate or something.
okay, so this
And
is
the
it.
stuff that
It's
doesn't
just
get
a
mailed.
super
Yeah,
simple,
okay,
now I
remember,
seeing
yep.
the date.
Doesn't
That's
get
it.
returned.
We could totally just do
So,
that.
because Apparently
Okay,
they want it to be
yeah.
returned to us, yeah,
That's just the
yeah,
order.
so we pay, we pay
There's
postage.
nothing.
Okay, I mean,
Or
I
actually,
didn't
it's a
think about
statement.
that. but
That's not.
Or it's an actual border.
No, it's just. It is.
Because, yeah.
It looks this way on the phone, but I don't think it's.
Yeah, I know, because otherwise our circle's off.
Cause otherwise, yeah, I would just say, let's go for the postcards, and because
It
we're,
was that way.
we missed your idea of us getting it out early, we kind of missed that, so
Yeah, I've
then.
got one somewhere.
when do the-
I think-
Print it in, it's like.
Yeah.
At least it's a level information.
See, I think we did, I think we
I
were,
thought it was a great idea.
But
Yeah, it is a good idea, it's a great idea.
but here's the problem with the postcard. I need to know the dates of everything if we're gonna include, like car show, when, where, what date, you know what I mean? Put on there. If we're not, we're not going to include that on there. We don't have to include it on there. But if we're gonna send stuff out with contracts.
Well, more than likely, the people that are doing the contracts and the vendors aren't gonna do car shows.
No, but this isn't going, this is for them to
For
bring.
the, okay,
This is for them to bring to their shows and put out so people pick them up. It's for them to help advertise the next show they're going to.
Yeah, right.
That's
The shows
what,
before us.
Maybe
yeah.
it doesn't need to be a car show on it, yeah.
that's what I'm trying to think. that we don't
I can,
need-
yeah, I can leave it off.
Yeah, I mean, we can just, cause we're gonna
So
do
what
that.
is it?
Cause the local community is what's gonna.
Because this one has
Our show.
the car show, the 5K.
They have six fields of it.
So I can just use
What's
the
that?
same,
Car show
I
on
can
it,
use
yeah.
this same format, different picture, different dates. And then take and put something else there instead, I don't know.
You could just say car show without having a date.
What is August 19th?
Be Sunday probably,
They
right?
come all the
Saturday.
days. so you can-
Saturday. Drive your cars.
Well, yeah, I mean, do it the same way we did last time,
Oh,
which is
yeah,
that
duh,
full day.
okay, yeah.
Do
You
not,
know, so. And then Sundays they wrap up.
right.
Yeah, we don't have to say what time, we can just say that, okay.
So the contracts, when you send them out with the two pieces of paper, the registration,
No, that term.
and with the green or yellow paper, is that a folder?
Right,
staple?
7 pages.
Are you?
There's like 7 pages.
Oh, there, okay, so it's an envelope that goes out.
No,
No,
no, we get to do 7 pages and then we just fold it
Oh,
and tape it.
Maybe we should investigate what the cost of an envelope would be, because it would be super nice to send these to people.
I think Costco has them, like 200 for
The 5x7 or,
yeah, like even if that, I mean,
cause that
I
would
get a
be,
discount at Office Depot, so let me go check.
but then it's a matter of, handwriting the, unless I can figure out how. to
Labels.
Just label it and just,
Yeah,
You can,
Yeah,
you can print off labels.
Yeah, print off labels.
and then just stick it on,
What's
I
that?
can try.
Yeah, let's try to figure that out before.
And you can buy label paper to print it on.
Right, but it's a matter of the
But you're
program.
you're printing it somewhere already, let's see. Oh, on the front.
Yep, on the front of the
Oh,
contract.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I wonder, but yeah, you could. I wonder
Hmm.
when you export the list,
And we'd have to see how much one weighed too. To see what
wait, see what
Yeah.
it is. Yeah.
It might be a lot more.
printed and.
What we could do,
as long as it's not fat, because then if it has, or
Mhm.
thick. If it, depending on the thickness, will depend on the,
Go through.
in the past, what we have done is that certain vendors have requested us to send them.
yeah, that was my other thought was.
And
do
we
you
have
want-
done that in the past, just.
Like they ask for them and then we send
Just send it.
whoever requests it.
We could like, can we put like one or two, or well,
We,
a couple.
I wish that we could give a promo package, like a digital promo package,
8.5 by 11 sheets.
everything.
Mhm.
I don't know how to. I mean,
I am able to print labels. It's in here. For the
oh
vendors.
God, that's.
I don't know, I found it.
Okay.
Okay, so we have the ability.
So we have the ability to do it.
That's better than writing two
Let's
hundred.
do this.
Like I do
Yeah, I
wedding
know.
invites, we can just
Let's
go
do
ahead
her-
and.
Let's get a manila envelope, like, are you talking like the half?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Or do you want a full one? But I think the half one would be
Like,
just
Yeah.
better.
Let's Stuff that full of the seven random pieces of paper and
And
10 of the, I don't know, 10 of
do
the,
we, yeah, have.
10
some
old
full
ones, and then go weigh it
Okay,
and see what happens.
Then are you gonna have a stamp or something to identify like? What cards inside or something, or
No.
No, they'll just know when they
they'll
open
just
it up.
open it?
like
Okay.
a gift.
Yeah, you know
Our
what?
gift to you.
That'll be actually created. I'm serious, it will feel like a gift, because it's nothing we've ever done before. It'll feel like a gift
Okay. I have
to
a
the
question.
vendors, you know, they will feel like this is really nice.
And when are you wanting to send these out? What did we say by the 18th, 15th? March what?
Mid to late, March.
Tell everybody. Okay,
Next week.
And I know that.
It's already
yeah.
March.
So how many people need?
Yeah, it'll be definitely be by 7 cents.
How many
How many-
postcards? So we would need,
how many you got?
500?
well, we have how many vendors we have?
If you're doing 200 out there, that's gonna take care of that real quick.
600?
We're gonna do 10 to each vendor.
That's 2,000.
Well, we think we're going to. We have to see
it'll
how-
probably price drop
pretty heavy.
quite a bit once we get to that.
That's the nice part, like, you don't pay much more for that
No.
much, you know, once you get to that level, it's kind of like, goes up in like $5 increments or something.
Yeah.
We just have to be concerned about the postage. And
I know we do this on council quite a bit, is that if we need a vote, Sunny will send something to each of us. You know, like, please respond with yes. No, don't respond to all, or she sends it out. We could do that in this case, I think. If I mock up a postcard this
like
weekend,
copy everybody.
and I can send it to Joanne, she'll send it to everybody here.
Yeah,
And I can show you what the price would be. And then we've got
Sure.
approval via email that way. Would you guys all be comfortable with that?
I think it'll work. I mean, we don't wanna
why do
wait
you-
for another 30 days. It's saying, no,
Yeah.
I'm saying we gotta do it.
yeah, so do you have a ballpark that we could vote on the money in person and then the design would just be, that would be okay to vote on in the
Let me go
email?
back to my old
But the
money
money,
You need a-
projects and see what
Do
I.
you need a motion for the amount then?
That's what
yeah,
I'm trying to,
because we need to have that in an in-person vote. Because it's money.
Well, what about if we don't know what the weight is off of that stuff either yet?
Well, yeah, we'll figure that out, but
So we,
But we
Okay,
can't
so-
vote on that budget related or money related things, not in person. Can't electronic vote.
Okay,
But design stuff, you could do that, or if we're between a decision of, are we gonna do, like this or this?
So
We could do those
a-
kind of
do a
things, because
max type
there's no way to do
situation?
a motion, there's no way to do
Do we
second,
do-
there's no way to do a discussion, and there's no way to know that everybody got the email and can participate in it.
yeah,
Can we do a max in that amount? And
Yeah, that's what I'm
that way
thinking,
it'd be
Let's say
simple.
up to this or around this, type of thing, and then we vote here. And then she'll send out the email with the design, and then we say
It's
yes
just a
to it.
Consensus
Yeah, then it's just like a,
response.
yeah, exactly.
okay, I'm just really, my phone isn't cooperating, but I'm trying to look at my orders in the past. Just gonna get on here. My orders in the past to see where we were and how many I bought. So just give me a second, sorry.
No, but that's,
This is not a very mobile friendly website.
Vistaprint? No.
Okay, we can't go to the next one because that's adjourned.
Dang, it is
Okay, so it'd be $12 to get the envelopes.
$5 for envelopes.
That's not-
Six, well, it's more than that, but
That's too
I'll use
cheap.
mine.
Yeah, $12.
Is that a 4x6 envelope?
It's a 5x7. Well, this one's a 6x9 so that it can get,
Mhm. Oh, yeah.
so just, there's a little extra room in there, but envelopes are fairly inexpensive.
So then you'd have to decide, you'd have to see how many postcards would make it too thick
Mm-hmm.
and too heavy to change the price.
What's the gal's name at the post? It's Holly, right?
She's pretty nice. She'll go.
I go there like every
I think
day.
it's
I'll just
Holly,
bring it
yeah.
down.
Okay, oh my gosh, you guys, this is so crazy. For
Yeah.
$2,000 or $2,000, 200,
For 2,000, for a quantity count of 2,000, we're looking at,
$250.
$128.
perfect.
Oh, okay, that's. not-
Okay, so
So,
can you say like,
Okay,
and that's not
Let's say
too,
let's just say up to 250?
250, and then
exactly,
that way
or
we've got it
three,
covered. no
if
matter what it might be.
well, we could even just do a budget of that for flyers and everything,
yeah,
eventually.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
250.
We've
for
gotta
printed-
do it.
For
I mean,
printed.
this will at least get it in to get moving,
Let's get it,
what we
let's
need
get
to
the
do
motion
right
and the
now.
discussion. We're already doing the
So-
discussion part, but
okay.
So I make a motion, okay, that we can spend up to $250 for postcards for 2,000
And envelopes.
and flyers and envelopes. Okay, now you can second it, Jim.
Okay, so you're done. A second.
We'll just see where we're at.
and then, oh yeah, second.
And then when we're printing them
other-
all out,
You're gonna send out.
Any other
we can get
further
an assembly
discussion?
line going. So that you're not putting these all together
Yeah.
by yourself.
And that we will,
You print them here.
of course, I'll say yes to Dana's awesome design. But she will send it out for us.
I'm
Any
just
other
gonna insert
Comments, or
pictures.
you have everything you need?
Yeah, I think we've had a good
Motion?
discussion.
Yep.
All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
I,
Aye.
Now you've got the official.
Do I get the next one?
Sure, Jim, go.
I make a motion to adjourn.
I second it.
I third it.
Favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Okay,
Great.
guys.
7:38.
I
Look at that.
appreciate your patience with me tonight. My brain is.
Hey, thanks, buddy.
really not
I'm gonna turn you off, okay?
Thanks for joining, Jim.
It worked.
I still don't know why this.
I need, so we're doing 10 of these or 5?
Well, this is what I kind of want you to do. Put 10 in there, take one away, take one away. You know what I mean? Like,